Mel Robbins, 5-second rule author, sharing about how to be successful. Let's get it.
That's right.
If you are somebody that is sitting around waiting for some external force to come and do the work for you, that is such a losing bet. It's unbelievable.
Who is it that their opinion means so much to you that you are going to play small for the rest of your life?
So at 25 years old, I'm like, I'm getting my money right, I'm done. No more excuses, no more crybaby, no more blame.
Rise and shine, it's espresso time. What's up, Believe Nation? It's Evan. My one word is believe, and I believe in you. I believe you have an amazing gift inside you that I want to see explode out onto the world. So let's start your day off right together. Grab your cup of coffee and sip on today's message. Stop waiting for permission. Over to you, Mel Robbins.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going. I wake up.
Force to either push you and pressure you to change and to be great and to be amazing, or you're waiting for somebody to give you permission. You're either sitting back because you need some sort of external motivation from somebody that's going to push you or praise you or pressure you in order to change, or some life circumstance, like maybe in your past you've experienced trauma or you faced something really scary and that was the thing that made you change. And then the second thing that people wait around for is permission. Look, those may or may not come in your life. If you are somebody that is sitting around waiting for some external force to come and do the work for you, that is such a losing bet. It's unbelievable. Maybe you'll get lucky, maybe somebody will come, but more than likely, no one is coming. The only kind of force that will truly create change in your life is you. The internal kind of force. I hate to say it, but for those of you that feel really, really stuck, and you keep thinking that somebody's got to pick me, or somebody's going to discover me, or somebody's got to give me permission to write this book, it's ridiculous. This is external versus internal force. And what you have to figure out if you're stuck is, are you the kind of person that is guilty of needing, wanting, and waiting for external forces, people, an event, some outside force to kick you in the ass so that you'll finally do the stuff that you've been dreaming about doing? I want to tell you something. No one's coming. No one. The people in life that get what they want are the ones that aren't waiting for an external force to validate their dreams, to inspire them, to give them permission. It's the people that realize that success, that happiness, that control, it comes from the internal force. And what is the internal force? It's you. It's you. It's you being able to realize that no one's going to do the work for you. It's you realizing that you're never going to feel ready. In fact, even as you start working toward the things that you really want to do, you're definitely not going to feel ready. And you're going to feel outside your comfort zone. And that's normal. When you start to feel like you're stretching yourself and you're sticking your scrawny neck out there and you're taking some risks, that's amazing, because you're growing.
The minute that you start living your life and start running your business based off of what other people expect you to do or think of you is the minute that you lose. Think about the people who you are listening to. 95% of people wake up and drive to a job that they hate every single morning. They believe life is just the way it is and there's no opportunity for growth and it's always somebody else's fault, and they're stuck. Most people feel stuck. These people who you are so concerned about their opinion of you, are they living the life that you want? No. And so why do you care so much about what they think? Why do you limit yourself based off the opinions of people who are not chasing their dream, who are not doing the thing that they want to do? If someone is giving you advice, if someone is telling you their ideas on something, if they have not done what it is that you want to do, then their advice is meaningless to you. And you need to stop caring about their opinion. It's holding you back and forever will until you can break free of it. And let me tell you, it's not easy to break free. You may intellectually know it. You know here, right? You know in your heart that I don't want to think this anymore. It's not just that easy to snap through. It's not easy to ignore the decades of social conditioning that have been put on you, because we are trained to care about people think about us. We are trained to play small. We are trained not to stand out. We are trained not to go off and conquer our dreams. We are trained to be in the system. And so it's not easy, but the way through is every single time. This is one of the most important exercises that I've ever done and continue to do in my life and in my business that have catapulted me forward countless times, because every major breakthrough that I make in my company comes from a major breakthrough with myself, comes from me breaking through a limiting personal belief. And so the exercise that I do is every time that I can catch myself worried about doing something based off of somebody else's opinion of me, then I force myself to do that thing, even if it's scary, even if I don't know how to do it, even if I might fall on my face, even if I might, fail in front of that person and be judged. If I can catch it, that's the key, because most of the time you don't catch it. Most of the time you play small by default. You play small automatically. But when you can catch it, and it may happen in the moment or it may happen a day later, but if you can catch it just before you're about to take that small action, then you need to push through that fear. You need to push through the pain and go ahead and do it. So a quick example. Hayden, my son, loves to wear different colored socks, always. He never wears the same pair of socks together at the same time, and I love it. Personally, I love it. I love that he's bucking the system. I love that he's doing his own thing. I love that he doesn't want to wear matching socks. I love it. Then I go and I start folding my socks. Just did the laundry, and there were a couple extra socks in the laundry that didn't have a matching pair, and I was about to throw them away. And I thought, well, what would Hayden do? I just had this conversation with him, and I was praising him. Thought, I'm going to wear different colored socks. Why can't I just wear one gray with one black? And the first thought that came into here was, well, people are going to think I'm crazy. I was about to teach a class at Toronto Dance Salsa that night, and I said, I can't go teach a class with a gray sock and a black sock. People will think I'm nuts. And I caught it. I was so happy that I caught it, because as soon as I caught myself being worried about what somebody else was going to think about me, then I knew what I had to do. I had to go and wear that black sock and wear that gray sock. And not only did I just wear it, I went to class and I rolled up my pants a little bit so people could see it. And I told a story around it. And I used it as motivation and courage for other people to go off and do the same thing too. For the people in my class who are learning how to do salsa to also think about limitations that they're putting on themselves. Who is it that their opinion means so much to you that you are going to play small for the rest of your life? And going after your dreams and chasing the big thing and trying to conquer the world, do some big mission, right? Doing that requires changing the way things are done on a normal basis. Will require ruffling some feathers. Will require many people saying that this is crazy, this is stupid, this is never going to work. And so you need to decide which life you're going to live. Are you going to be the person who chases your dream, who does the big thing that you want to do? Hey Hayden, I'm telling a story about different colored socks. Look at this guy. One sock. What do you say to somebody who says, hey, how come you have different colored socks on?
Because I'm different.
What? Because I'm different?
Because I'm awesome.
Because you're different and you're awesome. I love it. This guy is set up. Take that same approach. You are different and you are awesome. One of my favorite quotes of all time is from Quincy Jones, the legendary music producer, who said, not one drop of my self-worth depends on your opinion of me. And when you can get to that place, and when you can start catching those moments where you are playing small because you're worried about somebody else, and when you make that decision that I am not going to play small in this arena right now, today, I'm going to embrace the fear, I'm going to push through it and do that scary thing, and I'm willing to fail in front of somebody else, and I don't care what you think about me, because the only thing that really matters is what I care about me, what you care about you. You're different, and you're awesome. Now I've got a special bonus clip for you, but before getting to that, I want to know, what is one thing that you are afraid of doing in front of somebody else? You're afraid of their opinions, their judgments, their thoughts about you. What is one thing that you have been holding yourself back from doing because your mom or the internet or YouTube or your friends are going to judge you? Leave that in the comments below, and I want you, by writing it down too, to release it. I want to help you release that and go and attack it today, because that's going to be your big breakthrough to take off your goals. Leave it down below. Thank you guys for watching. I believe in you. I hope you continue to
Believe.
in yourself and whatever
Your one word is much love. See you soon.
Bye, guys.
I wake up every morning. Espresso keep me going.
110 if you're really optimistic, whichever one it is. And I'd like you to write down what will be the things that you'll regret that you didn't do. Imagine you're that age, ask yourself the question, what will I regret that I didn't do? Not what you did do, but what you didn't do. Write it down, make a long list right now. Get a pen and paper out and write it down. Don't do it on your phone, don't do it on your laptop. Actually get a pen and paper and write down your answers. What will be the things that you regret that you didn't do? Right? Really think about it. Will it be, learning a new language? Will it be moving home? Will it be telling someone you love them? What will it be? What would it have been? Write it down right now. Now, the incredible thing about this question is that you're using the future to empower the past. Whatever answer you have in that question, whatever your answer is, you can do it right now, today, starting today, because you're not that age yet. And even if you're 64 and you're tuning in 70, 80, 90, you're still there, right? It's still possible. You can start doing that right now. It's empowering the present with the future. There is nothing stopping you from making it happen right now. You don't have to feel that way when you're 70. You don't have to feel that way when you're 80. You never ever have to feel that way if you start doing it right now. And you can do it right now. Even if it feels impossible, you can start working on it right now. You can start trying right now. You can start making plans right now because you're not there yet. And this is where you start. This is where you start making it happen. It's all in the now.
I was broke. You understand? I was broke when I was 25. Dead broke. I'm not talking about financially broke. Let me tell you something. No, I didn't have any money in my pocket. I didn't have any credit cards. Nobody would give me credit, okay? Didn't have a driver's license, okay? 1970 Ford Maverick. Had a 1970 Ford Maverick. No air, no heat, no door handles. The freaking floor was rusted, okay? I lived in a 275 square foot apartment, maybe 300 square feet if you counted the little step out in the front of the front door. Paid $275 a month and I was late almost every month. So don't tell me about your money problems, man, okay? Don't tell me about where you were born. Don't tell me about your bad breaks. Don't tell me about what your daddy did or your uncle felt you up or something, did some kind of weird thing to you and I'll ruin your head, or your sister abused you or whatever, okay? Look, we all got problems. You got to fix your problems now. You got to get your money right. So at 25 years old, I'm like, I'm getting my money right. I'm done. No more excuses. No more crybaby. No more blame. I'm getting my freaking money right.
Raise your standard.
Apple at the core, its core value is that.
Awesome. Major nuggets today. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right. This is Roxy's choice. So Roxy contributed today, so she's going to share first.
What's up, you guys? Happy Monday. Happy new week. Happy freaking April. I freaking love how it all felt. Like, I love it when a new month falls on a Monday because it's just like it sets up the whole tone for everything. So I really love this video because it was like different people speaking, but Mel Robbins I truly love, and I love when she was just like look, no one is coming to save you. If you want to make shit happen, like, you have to go out and make it happen. And I remember for me, when I used to be in a place in my life, I can't remember, I think I was like maybe 20, 21 years old. My life sucked, you guys. I used to work 6 days a week, 2 jobs, one from 10 to 4, 5 to midnight. That was my life. And no matter what, I could barely pay my gas. I could barely pay my rent. I was like, my whole life, it just sucked, And the whole time I was also, like Grant Cardone was saying, I was blaming like my circumstances, and not only that, but I was blaming all of these things. Oh, my mom did this and this and that, and I didn't have this, X, Y, Z, whatever. Till one day I got sick and tired of being sick and tired, and I said, that's it. I'm going to take control over my life. I'm going to take control over everything that I have control over. And that's actually when I started Herbalife. After I moved from Texas to California, I woke up one morning, and I woke up at 2 p.m, like with no like drive, no nothing, till finally I looked in the mirror and I said, I'm tired of feeling this way. I've been feeling like this for the past couple of years, and nobody has came to save me. And guess what? Nobody is going to come and save me. And that's when I started on the products. That's when I took on the opportunity. And that's when I started to really, truly take control and responsibility over my life and over every single little thing that I did, because I knew that if I wanted different, it was totally going to be up to me. Nobody else, you know, and from that, I like how the guy was tying it into the whole opinions thing. Because when I started Herbalife, you guys, so many people had opinions. So many people like had things to say. And I'm so grateful that I was always in a space of like, I don't really care what you say. You know, like for me, since I was young, I remember like my mom would tell me certain things and this and that. And I remember always my aunt, she always planted that seed inside of me. She was like, she would say in Spanish, and she would always tell me like, for me, she's like, don't give a F about what people think. Like, they're not contributing to anything in your life, so why do you care? Like, they're not taking care of you. And as I was young, I took on that mindset. So when I took on Herbalife, I was just like, I'm not going to listen. And the people that were telling me stuff, it was people that I work with as a server who were drinking every single night. They were like, where are we going to go for happy hour? They were overweight, like not living the life that I wanted. So I was just like, girl, bye. Like, bye. And I'm so grateful that I did that, because it changed my whole life, like my whole entire life. And I feel that so many times as I work with people over the past few years, you know, some people will start, some people will stop, and it all comes down to what their circle of influence is saying, or because they feel that they can't do it, or because they don't feel that they have the power and control to make shit happen. Like, point blank period, you have the all the control, absolutely everything to make whatever it is that you want happen. And not only that, like, don't care about what people say, you know, don't care about any of that. And then the last thing I'm going to leave you guys with is, just like Grant Cardone said, life happens to absolutely everybody. Everybody deals with shit. There's not one person that you will meet that will say, my life was rainbows and butterflies and unicorns and it was just freaking awesome. It wasn't. Everybody has stuff that has happened to them. So don't feel that you are this freak. Like, I've talked to so many people that put themselves in a victim pedestal. Like, look, wake the heck up and stop, because you only hurt yourself. You only limit yourself. The only person that you limit from going absolutely anywhere with those things about what happened in your past and this and X, Y, and Z is yourself. And so if you don't want to stay where you are, then you have to be willing to change. You have to be willing to take control. You have to be willing to not care what people think. You have to be willing to, like the other guy said, you have to be willing to make your present like absolutely everything so that your future could be so much better. So those are my takeaways.
Nice. Awesome. Major nuggets, fired up. Officially the biggest Triple M ever. I think we've had like 33 on here. Crazy. Never had that much before. Triple M started on the phone. I just listened to a YouTube up against the speaker. So it's dope to see it, just to see it grow. So thanks to everybody who's been inviting, telling people about it. Like, that's how we grow. Roxy hit on so many great ones. So I'm just going to give you a few. Number one, if you didn't see the guy who did the video, Evan, lives in Miami in what looks like a high rise. That caught my eye just because I used to see high rises and I would think, who lives in there? I'd be like, how do they get there? I'm in this apartment and I have to have roommates, you know, because the rent by myself wasn't going to happen. And I share that to say there's more people achieving the things that you want to achieve. Like for me, it was I wanted to live in a high rise one day. And just for me to see more people achieving it, I want you to just pay attention to that, because that can build your belief. If there's more people doing it, just ask yourself, if there's more and more people doing it, then it can be done, then can I do it as well? Of course. Like if there's more people doing it, you know, so I want you to pay attention to things like that. Next one was, he talked about a breakthrough in his company. He has like online inspiration. That's what he does. He was at home with his son and he makes these videos. That's what he does. So if there's more people doing that, why can't you do it? And then he talked about the breakthrough in himself caused the breakthrough in his business, because it always starts with you. If you've noticed, he talked about a lot of layers he was working on. He would work on, you know, chasing the things that made him scared. He would work on working against the things that he thought he was supposed to do or supposed to not do. He wanted to get out of the social conditioning. That's one of the biggest things that I think has really changed Roxy and R's life, is you got to understand. I want you to just think in your head right now when I ask you this question, a little quick visual exercise, and I'm going to pass it off. When you were growing up, who did you look at and say, I want to be like? Like, oh man, I saw that person, or I saw him or her, and you were like, I want to live like that one day. Can everybody picture whoever that was for you? Or maybe it was when you were a little bit older and you saw somebody living a certain lifestyle and you say, I want to live like that. They were doing something, living a certain way, or creating something that you said, I want that. I want that. There was a time when you allowed yourself to want. And then once you have that picture of the person or lifestyle or type of life you wanted, now answer this question. Did that person do it in the 9-to-5 cookie cutter, work all day, stay in the office, pay your bills, don't ask any questions kind of way? Ask yourself that. Like for me growing up, I remember thinking, like I had an internship one summer. It was at Chevron, the refinery, because I started college as an engineer. And I went in there and I worked all week inside of like indoors, working on pipes and stuff. It was whack. And I was like, and they paid us good money. And I was like, it was the first time I realized that it wasn't about money, because I thought about what about all the people that I saw, you know, whether it be on TV or whether it be in music videos or whether it be in books or whether it be social media was just getting big, but I saw people doing it a different way where they were free. Where they got up on a Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday and they did what they wanted to do. They weren't, it's not like their whole Monday through Friday was booked already every single week for the rest of their life. And I started to ask myself, did they get there through the way I'm going? Because I don't think they're on the same track. I don't think we came from the same road. Because I started to realize everybody on the road I was on, 9 to 5, sit in the office all day, take orders, and don't ask any questions, and hope the business keeps you around, wasn't where they were at. And then I asked myself, it's because, why do you think that is, Aubrey? And I said, it's because they're doing it different. They're doing it different. They didn't go for, in my head, I always had, in the back of my head, you got to find a company, and you got to find a steady paycheck, and you got to find security. Why? Because that's what my parents went for. That's what I saw work for them, because I didn't have a bigger vision than outside of my parents when I was growing up. You probably too. You know, unless you were lucky to have somebody around you that was living a different lifestyle, then it became normal to you for that. But then I said, if they're not doing it like I'm doing it, and I started to realize I don't want to have this be my 5, 10, 15 years like the guy at the end was talking about. I said, okay, if they're doing it different, then I've got to be okay with doing it different if I want that. I've got to be okay with it looking different. I've got to be okay with when I pursue it, people are going to be like, what are you doing? Because most people aren't doing it like that. Most people aren't pursuing freedom. Most people aren't pursuing not have to clock into a job Monday through Friday. Most people are just pursuing that. So I was starting to see that, okay, it's going to have to look different. It's going to have to be different. And people are going to have to see it as different. And Aubrey, you're going to have to be okay with that. You're going to have to be okay with that. Because at the end of the day, I love what Quincy Jones said. Quincy Jones helped produce the album Thriller. Michael Jackson's Thriller is the top-selling album of all time. One of the top-selling albums of all time. So I think he knows what he's doing. He said, not 1 ounce of my self-worth depends on your opinion of me.
Woo!
And you gotta, chill. See, you're gonna have people just wild. You can't pay attention to that. You got to get to a place where your future happiness means more than the opinion of people around you. That's really crucial. And you got to understand that if what you're pursuing is different, you're going to have people think you're different, and you're going to have to be okay with that. Because anybody that's done it big, he said, anybody that's chased their big goals and dreams, I'm not talking about a house and a pension. Pensions don't even really exist anymore. I'm not talking about a house and enough to pay bills. That's not the goals and dreams I'm talking about. I'm talking about the goals and dreams that when you were young, you used to say to people, and they would be like, oh, that's cute. That's cute. You want to do that. Those big things that you said, that's the real big things. And you got to know the big things are going to take big thing, different kind of action. You got to be okay with that. Got to be okay with that. And then take this, though. This is one thing that'll help you along the way. Like I pointed out about Evan in the beginning. Take examples of other people that are doing it and just focus on just that. Say, if there's other people doing it, I can do it. Because even if it's 2 or 3 people doing it, your focus is all that matters. If you focus on just the 2 or 3, the 2 or 3 look bigger. But if you focus on the 99% of people doing the things you don't want to do, they look big. So focus on the examples of the things that are happening that you want to happen and just stay there. Call it tunnel vision. Don't pay attention to nothing else. So those are my takeaways. Let's get a few live takeaways. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you're excited to share your takeaway. We got so many people on today. I'm fired up. Let's get it. Julia Holland, give us a takeaway real quick. What do you got?
So the whole part about just doing what makes you worried. I'm kind of worried about what people are going to think about me if I start posting workouts on Instagram, but then I have all my friends saying, just do it. So this was really good for me. And then I just think that I just need to do it and then I'll be fine. I don't care what people think about me, but I guess I'm just worried about it being on social media and having the world see it. I have full confidence at the gym, but I guess it's just worried about what people are going to think, but I just have to get that out of my head.
There you go. Absolutely. You just got to do it. And you're probably going to have some people say some things that are weird. You know why? This is why. This will make sense to you. Because there's some weird people out there. Those weird comments, when they say the weird stuff, you say, well, that's what they're supposed to do. They're the weird people.
We look at weird comments and then we just delete it. Them. And then no. Actually, before I delete, I go to their page, block, delete. Yeah. And then I tell Aubrey, people are so weird.
That's the weird people. The weird people do weird things. That's why they're the weird people. None of you guys be the weird people, okay? So we don't have to talk about you, all right? Let's get another takeaway. Give me a thumbs up or a smile if you got a takeaway you want to share. Give me a thumbs up or a smile. Chrissy, what do you got?
Good morning, everybody. So what I liked most was, I can't remember his name, but he said, what will I regret that I didn't do, and write it down. And I just put press team, never quit. That's what I put. Just because I don't know if everybody knows what that means, but it's just, getting to a certain level, being an Herbalife distributor and just never quitting, because it doesn't matter if it's going to take me, it's not going to take me this long, but it doesn't matter if it's going to take me 10 years. I just want to get there, because in the long run, I know that that's going to be worth it for me and my family. So just never quit. And I actually wrote something. Who was someone that inspired me when I was young? It was one of my aunts who was a Herbalife distributor. And every time I would see her with her button and all, dressed up with her nice body, I always picture myself doing that, getting into her, she used to drive a Cadillac. So I would picture her really, I would picture myself being like that. However, she quit. So I no longer want to be like that. But she gave me the idea of being something that I am now and that I'm growing and going for. So that's my biggest takeaway. And it's cold over here. That's why I'm ooh. All right, guys.
Man, that's awesome. Didn't know that. That's great. Yeah, I love it. Press team, don't quit. I love it. Emma, you wanted to say something to Julia? Go ahead and come off mute. Where you at? I'm trying to find you. There's so many speakers today. Where you at? Here, I'm going to take you off mute. Go ahead.
Right here.
Go ahead. What was your takeaway, Emma?
So my takeaway is, sorry, I just finished doing some hip thrusts. So my takeaways would be actually not really caring about what other people are going to think, because regardless, they're watching and you're inspiring them. Believe it or not, you're inspiring them. So to me, like Julie said, I was afraid when I first started. I was afraid to post on my Instagram because I have family, I have close friends of mine, and I was worried about what they were going to think of me. until I got to the point where like, hey, I'm doing this for me. And if they like it, amazing. If they don't, they can unfollow me. I have other people that could actually get inspired by me. So
there you go. Powerful takeaways. I love it. Man, so much takeaways today. Powerful nuggets. Let's get one more takeaway. Give me a thumbs up or a smile. I'm looking for somebody that's never shared before. I want to get somebody brand new. Let's see. Who am I looking for that's never shared? Gigi, have you shared on Triple M before?
No.
I don't think so. All right, let's get one more. Gigi from Atlanta. What's your takeaway?
So kind of what like Julia was saying about like the whole posting stuff and like pushing through the fear. So I've always like back then I used to care about what people would think about me. Like when I started Herbalife, I wanted to be really low key about it. Like nobody's gonna know. I'm not gonna like tell nobody. I'm just gonna do it. And now like I've been overcoming that fear and I'm so proud of myself because now I'm learning like to post more, to not care what people think because people do not see the vision like you do. So yes, that was my biggest takeaway.
There you go. Nice. You guys, Gigi is 19 and already with that mindset. You guys fired up. That's dope. You guys, man, amazing Triple M. You got to pay it forward. Do not leave your knowledge and information with you. Your inspiration. You got to repost a fire, repost a picture of yourself, repost a picture of Mel Robbins, or whatever you want to do. But share forward your nuggets because when you teach it, it sinks in more for you. And keep inviting every single Monday. You guys, it's going to be April to remember. Like, you guys, March was ridiculous. Probably one of the biggest months ever in Herbalife history for everybody that's with Herbalife. And I'm so excited for it to carry over for all of you guys. So let's get it. I'll leave you guys with just one thing that'll help you guys. Well, I heard it kind of reverberated, but being scared to post, not knowing what people are going to think. The minute I heard what Herbalife was really doing, a girl lost 40 pounds and a guy lost 65 pounds, I was locked in on the health results. And when I heard a guy with biker out, like he wore like cycling gear and tattooed up, he said his royalty check was $11,000. I looked, I said, you can make that kind of money outside of a suit and tie? Then I knew it didn't matter who said what, because if they knew what I knew, they do what I do. Remember that. That's what you got to know. If they knew what you knew, they do what you do, but they don't. And that's why you're there to enlighten them, either to the products and the results or to the income and the financial potential. That's why you are where you are, and you're going to share it with them. If they knew what you knew, they do what you do. They don't, and that's why it'll look weird. But it's all right because you know it's real. So let's get it. I'm going to take everybody off mute. Let's get some energy where you at. Hey, bro. Let's go, y'all. Peace out.
I want everyone to be